My name is Arvind Kala. Delhi is beginning to freeze, and I'm advising my friends above 65 to get out of Delhi, otherwise, YD will start looking for them. And when I say YD, I don't mean Yagyatak, I mean Yumdoot. India doesn't have any death data like this, but detailed death data from America and UK suggests that January, not suggests, it proves that January is the most frequent, is the most common month of death, followed by December and February, like that. So for years and years and years, this has been happening. So why won't it happen to people above 65 who live in Delhi, which freezes without the kind of heating that America would have or Britain would have? So quit that place. And which is why I have been coming to Goa for 20 years, even before YD started looking for me. You got to be cautious, man. You got to be cautious. So I'm advising them. It's finally up to them. Now, giving you some details. In England, for instance, there's an average daily deaths of 1,300. Now it jumps up by 10% or something in January and February, etc., etc. In America, it's the same thing. 7,700 people die every day in America. Now in January and February, etc., etc., it jumps to 8,400. There's a jump of 10%. So why the hell? I mean, statistically, if there's danger, just get the hell out of there, damn it. Once YD gets you, you can't get out of YD's clutches. So, and that is, talking about the common month of death, the least common month of death in America, I think, is September. In Britain is July, the warm summer months. So these are the better months. So this, death comes with a lot of fascinating, everything is very fascinating about death. Now, one thing about death is that it's the only experience in life which cannot be experienced, because the guy who experiences death does not live to tell the tale. Otherwise, you can get fat and you'll get slim, and you can get fat again, or you'll get slim, etc. You rise up, you can make a fortune, lose a fortune, make a fortune again. So everything can be repeated. You can get married, get divorced, marry again, get divorced again. All these things, but death you cannot. In fact, there's something very interesting. When I go to see some funeral, I go to very few, because they spook me out, They give me the creeps, But all the mourners, they're conflicted by two feelings. One is profound sadness, because they imagine one day when they will be on that funeral pyre. But at the same time, there's a great sense of relief that the dead man is not attending their funeral. So this is the kind of thing that comes with what you call in Europe, etc., etc. They have these gravestones, tombstones they call them in America, and the origin of the tombstones comes from the fact that the survivors don't they have this myth that the dead man will rise up from his grave, so they put a stone on top of him so that it doesn't emerge. Like that, they'd be so psychoed if he was to return. In fact, about death, the Mahabharata has a gem uttered by Yudhishthir. At the gates of heaven, God asks him a question. He says, what is the most biggest wonder of this world? And Yudhishthir says, the fact that we see people dying around us, but we don't think we'll be one of them immediately. And how true that is, because in our daily conversations we'll say, oh, that fellow's gone, Harish, he had plans to go to America, Oh, that fellow, oh, he was so happy, he had his grandchild, he was playing with that guy. Oh, that can't be so. He was very healthy, he used to go to the gym. Oh, he used to. So it was always, it's always the other guy who died, not you yourself. Well, the sad thing is that one of these days, I mean, chaps will say, Arvind Kala upar chala gaya. Oh, wo to video karta tha. That's the reality. So you got to be realistic, and that's why I'm telling these guys. Just quit Delhi, yeah. Otherwise, YD will get you. And this is really what there are a couple of other things I wanted to say, but now I've forgotten. No, let me now remembered again. And there's a 14% statistical higher chance of you dying on your birthday. There's also some evidence that you have a greater chance of dying after getting a paycheck. And then month of death we've talked about. We haven't talked about the time of death. The time of death when you reach a certain age, about 65, it's always at night. Midnight onwards till 11 o'clock. Particularly because at night when you're asleep, your cortisol and adrenaline level goes up, and that raises your heart pressure and the heartbeat. And if you're weak, then boy, you go up. And people talk in euphemisms. I know a fellow, when he wants to say somebody's gone up, he says, oh, that guy, Mathai, psst. He does like that. And Gaya. And they also say Upar and Niche, is he above, is he below? These are daily things. So death is pretty cool, yeah. It's pretty cool when it just happens to everybody. What I think, my dad died. Every guy's dad dies. I'm just hoping that my daughter's dad doesn't die. Yeah? So well, and in this context, also let me add, people should make their wills. They don't, people who are 70, 72, etc. Because there's a superstition that writing your will hastens your demise. And the chaps who don't make the will, I've seen them passing away. And look at me, I made my will 10 years ago and I'm hale and hearty, partly because I'm eluding Yumdoot by landing up in Goa. While my friends in Delhi, they're risking death. And they won't like it, yeah, me saying that they're risking death, etc., etc. What the hell, yeah? But, I've got to speak the truth, yeah. And for heaven's sake, please send this video to everybody you know. Praise me to the skies, and if somebody says that my videos are lousy, send him to Yumdoot, all right? Okay, I'll bid you farewell. See you later, alligator.